Today I want to talk to you about the history of chiropractic. Now, this actually goes back quite a ways, back to 1895. In 1895, there was a gentleman. He is now known as the father of modern chiropractic. His name is D.D. Palmer. And he was a very interesting sort of fellow. He was a family physician at the time, and back then, all you had were physicians. You weren't a chiropractor or an osteopath or a medical doctor. You all were the same, from the same society. Dr. Palmer was a little bit eccentric, let's say. So Dr. Palmer was extremely eccentric. He did have the gentleman that did work in his office, and the gentleman, his name is Harvey Lillard. He was a janitor. Now, the janitor was deaf and had been since he was about 7 years old. The interesting thing is, Dr. Palmer and Mr. Lillard had a very good relationship, and they got to talking about his deafness at one point. Dr. Palmer said, I know you fairly well. Why don't you come over and let me go and take a look at you and see if there's anything I can do with my hands itself. So Dr. Palmer put his hands on Mr. Lillard and felt the very, very first vertebra out. I say the word out. What I mean basically is he felt a malposition of where that vertebrae was. And not knowing what to do, Dr. Palmer said, let me see if I can just kind of push it on in there and see what happens. So Mr. Lillard said, why not, Doc? You're the doc. So how am I going to be positioned? I don't know. Let me have you on your side. Let's have that funky part with the funky part up. So Dr. Palmer took his hand, placed it right on that part, and boom, heard this loud pop. Freaked them both out, I'm sure. A couple hours later, after Mr. Lillard had left the office, comes back and says, Doc, I'm beginning to hear things again. And in a very, very good way, very positive way. And Dr. Palmer had thought at that point, oh my gosh, I can cure deafness. Is that really the case? Absolutely not. It just so happens in this particular instance, Mr. Lillard had fallen out of a tree when he was very young and had injured his neck. And that was the reason why he became deaf. It was found later on that Dr. Palmer had corrected that subluxation, as we call it, that malposition of the vertebra. That is where chiropractic first got a modern start. This hit the masses back in the United States back in the late 1800s. So much so that we had people from all over the United States at that point coming to Dr. Palmer to try to cure their deafness. But what they found out, the deafness was not cured in most cases, but other things had happened. They felt better, they were able to sleep better, their necks moved more clearly, their clarity, mental clarity became more in focus. So Dr. Palmer at this point said, there's something to this, and create a whole science around working with our hands, which is what chiropractic means, practice with your hands. Now, this brought upon a big stink upon the medical big to-do. You had the medical doctors at the time saying, you're part of us, but man, you're a bit too funky for us. So we're going to kick you out of our club. Dr. Palmer said, you know what? That's quite all right. I'm going to start my own. It's called Doctor of Chiropractic. Doctor practicing with your hands, which is what we do. I get chills just saying this. It's amazing to me because this is what I do for a living. And I am so stoked that I do this. I am so honored to do this. But Dr. Palmer created this form of medicine that treats you from the inside out. It makes us whole. And this is a viable form of medicine that should be used in the first place, not the last place. This is where people should come to us first. We're the ones who put our hands on you. This is the practice of application of human upon human. This is my take on factual, but also my little spin on it of how chiropractic came to be.
I've been wanting to get an adjustment for quite a while because I do have some back issues up in my higher shoulder area on the right side. Mm-hmm. I've had a knot, I guess, for since my freshman year of high school.
Okay.
And it's not been able to get massaged out or anything like that.
You've used massage before in the past?
Yeah.
Okay. So right in here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, right there I feel that. My oh my. Okay, I'm gonna check everything else too, Lou.
Okay.
Right there on this right side. So what you're gonna hear is a little bit of cracking and popping.
Okay.
That is not the joints going crunch over each other. What that essentially is as I manipulate the joint, there's gas that's released from that part of the joint, very similar to here like carbon dioxide released from a soda can. This is going to be hydrogen and nitrogen gases released from this area called a facet joint. And that's the noise that you hear. But so relaxing, so relieving. Your job, easier said than done, is try to relax, right? Let's get you right in here. Excellent. Doesn't that feel wonderful?
Yes.
I love how that feels. I'm going to have you on the other side, please. You did great. Oh, well, you're popping already. I love that. That's a good prelude. Let's get right over that segment.
Oh.
Excellent. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Now we got more on your back. Perfect, perfect. Arms right across your body. What I'm going to do here is lift you up with one arm. My other arm's going to go behind your body, and your body weight's going to help adjust.
Okay.
Okay? Right to me here. I'm going to get that one spot first.
Ooh.
Now for your neck. Relax your head.
Oh.
Nice.
Oh my goodness.
Yes!
That was great.
I love these cracks. They crack me up. Let me help you out up here. Move your shoulders around a little bit and see if that feels any different.
It does, actually. It helped loosen up this area.
Beautiful, beautiful. How about your neck?
My neck feels good. I usually pop it. I don't know if that's a bad thing.
Well, it kind of depends on how you pop. We can talk about that a bit later, but
Okay.
absolutely.
All right, but yes, it does feel good.
Yay, I'm so happy. Wonderful. Thank you, Lou.
Of course, thank you.
Right in there. Bit of tension just in here, especially the neck. Oh my, look at that right there. Woohoo!
I work on computers all day.
Oh, that stands to reason then.
Mm-hmm.
All right, what I'm going to have you do is lie on your side with this side up first.
Okay. Okay.
I'll take your phone out of here.
Okay. I didn't realize I had it still, sorry.
No, you're fine. This one goes bent. There we are. Move just a little bit more toward me. Oh, look at this already. Come on now.
Oh.
There we are. Now we can go on the other side.
All right.
That was fun. We got more to do, so it's going to be more fun there.
Okay.
Brilliant. Just like so. And I've got you.
Okay.
And onto your back if you would.
Okay.
Now roll you toward me. Right in here. Nice. It's going to sound out pretty loud, I believe.
Okay.
Drop the head pieces to bench. There we go. Just let it relax. I got you.
Oh.
There we are. A little something like that.
Sound like a Rice Krispie treat.
Didn't it?
Yes.
Let me help you up here.
Okay.
Awesome, Blossom.
All right.
Hey, thank you again for watching. And remember, like, comment, and subscribe. And hit the bell so you can see when our next video comes out.